and finish at the rim a couple of times. The Dukes started off the ballgame 0 for 11 from 3. They made their last 6 3-pointers and their last 9 shots of the first half.
Noah Friedel starts the second half of the three-point try and misses. Let's check in with Corey as he had a chance to check with both benches.
Yeah, guys, spoke with Xavier Joyner, assistant coach for James Madison. He said what fueled that run down the stretch of the first half, ball movement. We're going against a team that's heavy in the gap, so the ball's got to move, players got to move. In terms of what needs to keep happening in the second half, they got to keep ULM off the glass, one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. That allows James Madison to get out in transition. In terms of what Coach Richard thinks for ULM, his team just lost composure in the last 9 minutes. And they missed some open layups, but he said what's important for us going forward, we have to control the tempo, because if we do that, we take the crowd out of the game, and that's why we lost our composure.
And the crowd did get into the contest there late in the first half, and the bucket by Nagopo. Nagopo with the bucket, and that's his first of the day.
Brown in the starting lineup here to start the second half for the Dukes, and what a factor he was. And TJ Bickerstaff, his first basket of the ball game.
He was scoreless in the first 20 minutes of today's affair.
He still doesn't look like he's back to the same form that we saw earlier in the year.
An illness last week kept him off the floor for a couple of days. Brown with the weak side, uncontested board. A minute and a half into this second half. Wooden flips up the left-handed three, no good. Rebound controlled by Nagopo.
A lot of folks who don't normally run the show for Keith Richard going to have to do that, with LaCour fouled out in the first half.
The block by Friedel. That should be his second of the day. I'll say that unofficially so. And the put up on the other end.
Talk about ball movement and player movement. The penetration by Bickerstaff, keeping his eyes open and finding another big cutting along the baseline in Julian Wooden for the lay-in.
Wooden becomes the second Duke in double figures. He's up to 11. On the floor, the basketball to the right side. On the drive, hopping inside the lane. Tough looking shot there. Plucked off the glass. It is Wooden.
You know, Wooden playing with a passion in this game. He's got 13 points in the contest. He's been in a bit of a slump over the last 3 or 4 ball games.
Going to try to add 3 there, and he does. And a timeout called for ULM's Warhawks. Wooden up to 14 as he pops in a tray. He is in double figures for the 9th time this year, the 41st time of his James Madison career. And the Dukes up by 17.
Why is Commonwealth One the one for you?
Because it meant the one with heated seats and a hybrid engine.
Because our daughter's got only 3 credits to go before graduation.
Because it means one less stop before heading home. For over 75 years, Commonwealth One has been the one, committed to helping our members and our communities thrive. So whether you're a longtime resident or just new to our community, come home to the best banking experience you've ever known.
Commonwealth One, for you, for life.
Virginia Business Systems has been solving our customers' most challenging business problems for over 65 years. With best-in-class office productivity solutions from Konica Minolta, HP, Xerox, and Lexmark, Virginia Business Systems provides fast-forward office technology that saves time and money. Call or visit our website today and see how VBS can help your company grow through superior technology and service.
Nestled in the heart of the Shenandoah Valley, Cross Keys Vineyards is all about experiences. The unique spaces, the exquisite views, the delicious bistro creations, and of course the award-winning wine, all combined to create experiences you will never forget with those you love most. And when you bring home a bottle of wine from Cross Keys Vineyards, you bring part of that experience home with you. Come experience all that Cross Keys Vineyards has to offer you. Reservations available online at crosskeysvineyards.com.
47-30, James Madison with the lead. And Shenandoah Valley Airport is the official airport of JMU. SHD connects Dukes fans to the world with flights to Charlotte and seamless connections beyond. Visit flyshd.com to book your next trip.
Julian Wooden, 16 points, 7 of 10 from the floor, 2 for 4 from three-point range. And he's got to be feeling great about that. He'd scored just 27 points in the last 4 ball games. That's less than 7 points per contest, and was just 2 for 7 from three-point range during that time. But he's been actively seeking out his offense and playing some pretty tough D also.
If you look at a lot of his points come early in ball games. He kind of breaks the ice for JMU offensively, and a lay-in is up and in for Bolden as the Dukes defense just took a breather there. Usually Julian will pop in like 5-7 points in the first 10-12 minutes of a game and then settle in from there. Here he's going to try another 3, and he's feeling it today.
Oh, and you've got Julian Wooden playing the way that he is here.
David, that's his 100th career three-pointer.
Wow. And certainly his best game since the month of December.
He is up to 19 points.
He hit that little baseline jumper, mid-range jumper, about halfway through the first half, and that just seemed to open the floodgates for him.
Fadeaway shot high off the iron. Bickerstaff goes up and grabs it for the Dukes. Bickerstaff brings it down. There's Wooden again, hesitates, finds his range. That's a little off. Might have hit it if he took the shot immediately. We don't know.
Sometimes you get to thinking about it a little bit after you've gotten on a hot streak like that. But Wooden, 19 points in the ballgame.
Well, Bolden's in double figures. He's up to 10.
Bolden has given the Warhawks some big minutes over the last several ball games. Has 3 double-doubles from the guard position at 6'4". He's always known he was a good rebounder, and he's been able to score the ball.
Bickerstaff scores underneath as he takes the short range pass from Noah Friedel and finishes. Grad student.
Xavier Brown going to pick up that personal foul. Brown.
That is his second. Sends us to immediate timeout. Wooden lighting it up. He has bridged the half with some offense for James Madison.
When Allison couldn't find her debit card, she was sure it had grown legs. So she turned it off, then back on again. When she retrieved it, debit card controls. Another reason why the switch is on to Atlantic Union Bank. Now, we're not saying your debit card is your best friend, but it can sure show the world who is. Let others see what really matters by creating your Design Mind debit card. Another reason why the switch is on to Atlantic Union Bank.
Say goodbye to slow download speeds and broken internet connections. Get the internet you deserve with Glo Fiber, a proud supporter of the JMU Dukes. Every day, Glo Fiber connects families, friends, and neighbors to what matters most, each other. It's our passion. Powered by 100%. Glo Fiber is state-of-the-art internet that makes everything simple. More stream-friendly, more dependable. Let your internet service be a bright spot in your day. Check us out at glofiber.com to learn more.
Virginia Business Systems has been solving our customers' most challenging business problems for over 65 years. With best-in-class office productivity solutions from Konica Minolta, HP, Xerox, and Lexmark, Virginia Business Systems provides fast-forward office technology that saves time and money. business. Call or visit our website today and see how VBS can help your company grow through superior technology and service.
These kids are our future, and the more that we can support them and the more they know that they can achieve things in life, then hopefully the further they'll go.
The support we get from Centera Orthopedics is huge. They don't just wrap ankles. You know, they really stress the importance of taking care of your body.
Centera Orthopedics and Sports Medicine athletic trainers help our local student athletes stay healthy and enjoy a healthy, active lifestyle.
Well, Mark Byington is in his 4th year as James Madison's head coach, and throughout his tenure, the Dukes have adopted a unique tradition. Before every practice, Coach Byington tapes a piece of paper to each basket stanchion, which includes a motivational quote. Each player is to read that quote and memorize it before beginning his warm-up. Then Byington gathers the team at midcourt to begin practice, and he calls upon a random player to recite that quote and uncover the meaning behind that quote. Sometimes Byington researches that quote or takes it from a podcast, but he adopted this tradition from his college head coach, Jerry Wainwright, at UNCW. And Wainwright still to this day sends hundreds of handwritten notes to former players, assistants, and friends every week, typically about 10 quotes each letter. Byington, he said, Jerry, though, he used to be a lot tougher. He'd ask his players, which word was capitalized? Where was the comma? Byington just wants the interpretation from his guys. He told us, though, that his favorite quote is the one that he uses to begin each and every season. It's an African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
And the Dukes are trying to go together through this season. Now, back to that comma, that could change the interpretation on where it's placed, right?
That's absolutely true. Xavier Brown just picked up his 3rd personal foul on what looked like it could have been a clean near steal of the basketball.
That nearly stolen away, and it ends up a turnover on a shot clock violation.
Been a pretty clean game, really, for both teams. That's just 8 turnovers for ULM. Dukes have turned it over only 4 times today. Randleman into the lineup, and Brown is sitting down.
Well, it was Randleman that came in when the Dukes were trying to get their defense rolling a little bit to get the offense going. He did have an impact once again.
Nice find of Bickerstaff underneath there. He'll get a couple of free throws. Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. You know, Michael Green has been struggling so much shooting the basketball for the Dukes at the point guard spot, and we saw Brown get the start here in the second half of this contest, and Randleman coming in. I mean, Green is, you know, still going to be a major part of this this JMU Dukes attack, but maybe Mark Byington giving his veteran point guard just a little bit of time to relax and watch a little bit, and sometimes that can be good therapy.
Well, David, it is a long season, and players are going to have stretches where they're just, you know, they're going to miss the putt, they're going to miss the green, they're going to be, you know, out in the rough, and it translates here as well. Just got to find yourself back into your groove. Tough play and tough basket for Jalen Bolden.
You know, Bolden impresses me, taking the ball really hard to the basket there.
Bickerstaff, the kick out, Wooden. There he has tied his career high with 22 points. And a season high 3 3-pointers made.
Wooden's another one of those Dukes now that's getting in range of his 1,000 career points. He's at 955 after that. Won't get it today, but if he keeps shooting like that, it won't be long.
Yep. Dukes back at home on Saturday, 6 o'clock against Marshall. And a couple of road games next week. We'll see what the pace of Wooden might be at that time. Again, he has tied his career high. Now he's on defense. Turnaround shot. That's a nice looking bucket for Willis.
Willis following up his 11 points against Texas State with another nice performance here. He's got 9 in the contest.
His career high is 14 came against Medgar Edwards. He also had 10 rebounds for a career high.
Just a challenge for the Warhawks right now, not just on the scoreboard, but just numbers. In terms of players who have played any substantial minutes, there are really only 7 available to head coach Richard here in this second half because of all the crazy stuff that happened in the first half.
Horton will get the three-pointer. He'll also get a chance to make it a 4-point play as Dijou has picked up his 3rd foul here in the second half. He's got 4, and they've come in very short time.
And how about Raquan Horton? Oh, my heavens. First half, he took the lid off the basket for the Dukes, and now his 4th three-pointer and the 4-point play.
Well, Horton is in double figures as he's at 13. A little flashback to non-conference play for the Dukes. 61 points with under 13 to go. And a foul and count the bucket as Willis has another basket.
Really strong take to the basket there by Willis as he gets into double figures. And we'll get a chance for the 3-point play. Had a few words and tells the official it's okay, and Coach Richard saying we've got to keep our composure.
Willis coming into the game, a 72% free throw shooter, completes the 3-point play. He's got a dozen points, 2 off his career high. A junior from Tallahassee. He played at the Florida State school under Charlie Ward. Of course, an NBA veteran and Heisman Trophy winner from Florida State. Long-range tray for number 5 of the Dukes. Edwards can't get it to tumble on in. And the 20-point lead for James Madison stays as such.
Edwards hasn't scored here in the second half, has 13 for the game.
Well, scooping over to AD.
Great ball movement.
Yeah, good defense there. Randleman closed it on in. Nice job by Horton to keep his contact with the ground. Shot clock down to 6. Edwards contests the 3-pointer. Horton grabs the rebound.
What a nice defensive series for the JMU Dukes. Warhawks moved the ball well, but could not.
There's Carey. Couldn't hang on to it. He went down to try to collect it, and it is plucked away there by McCraney as PD.
Yeah, McCraney, 6'1" sophomore from hometown boy in Monroe, Louisiana. Getting some playing time, only 7th ball game this season because of the short bench.
Assist. Edwards looking for the screen, double teamed out top. Somebody's got to be open. Edwards, the 3-pointer. Excuse me, Wick, that would be 3-pointer, and that sets a career high for Julian. He's up to 25.
25 points on 10 for 14 shooting. 5 of 8 from beyond the arc. The JMU Dukes, who missed their first 11 3-point attempts, have now made 11 3-pointers in 27 tries.
Get a couple of shots, a foul on the floor for James Madison. And we'll take a timeout as the foul was on Carey, his 2nd personal foul. 64 for JMU, 43 for ULM. We'll return you to Harrisonburg on ESPN Plus in just a moment.
Why is Commonwealth One the one for you?
Because it meant the one with heated seats and a hybrid engine.
Because our daughter's got only 3 credits to go before graduation.
Because it means one less stop before heading home. For over 75 years, Commonwealth One has been the one, committed to helping our members and our communities thrive. So whether you're a longtime resident or just new to our community, come home to the best banking experience you've ever known.
Commonwealth One, for you, for life.
Behind every team is a great community. Door Gorilla is proud to be the official garage door provider for JMU Athletics. And proud to support their community. When you need a garage door, call 540-740-DOOR and show your support for JMU this season. Go Dukes!
Beyond Zero is Toyota's vision to reach beyond carbon neutrality with our products, services, and operations. Today, we empower you to choose how to reduce your own carbon footprint. With an electrified, diversified lineup of hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and battery EVs. Let's drive toward a carbon-neutral future together. Toyota, let's go places.
Are you new to the area, hoping to make Harrisonburg or Rockingham County home for the first time? Or are you a longtime resident looking to move or find a more suitable rental home? Look no further. Let Reiner Rentals help make the search for your dream home simple and enjoyable. Whether you're looking for a single-family home, townhouse, duplex, condo, or downtown loft, let us help you find the perfect home with personalized service and local area knowledge. Because at Reiner Rentals, it's not just a rental, it's home.
Well, Julian Wooden with his 128th career game today. That ties him with Ron Curry for third all-time on the JMU record books. And he came in with a career high of 22. That was against Howard last November. But today, he surpassed that, David.
Last 4 games, he'd only taken 7 shots from 3. Today, he's taken 8, made 5 of them. He's also 5 for 6 inside the arc, including several dunks, and 25 points in the ball game for Julian Wooden.
Gallion at the free throw line, rattles it home. He is up to 4 points.
He's got some folks in the stands from nearby Washington, D.C.
Played the 1920 and 2021 seasons at Buffalo, making 29 appearances. Whistle.
We've got a clock issue.
Yep, I believe that is the case. A little technical situation here.
Shot clock did not start.
For Gallion, he attended Mount Zion Prep in Northeast D.C. after high school. And senior year, he was at Thurgood Marshall when he averaged 22 points a game. And that helped to carry him to Buffalo. Considered the third leading scoring candidate coming into the season. But he needs to have early game success, said Coach Richard, if he's going to have a pretty good ball game. Make it 28 points for Wooden.
Well, what Corey was talking about as we started the half, the ball movement, the people movement, the player movement, it was all exemplified right there. And Julian Wooden ended up with a wide open 3 from the corner and the hottest hand in the building.
Comes hard off the backboard. Edwards slows it down. He's caught there, trapped in the corner. Horton goes to the ball, gets it off to Carey. Randleman. Here's Wooden again. I think everybody in the house wants Wooden just to keep shooting.
Horton crashing for the rebound, but couldn't come up with it.
Here's Bolden on the left wing. Little collision. They let him play on, and the second collision, the foul is called. It's on Wooden, and for Julian, that is his third.
I think they've got Horton, I believe.
Oh, did they call it on Horton?
Yeah, Horton gets the foul.
You're correct. You're correct. Okay. So it's number 2, not number 22. That's my excuse anyway.
Although Wooden does have the 3 because he picked up the technical and the double technical in the first half. Dukes have 3 fouls each on Wooden and Xavier Brown. Well, ULM, Bocour fouled out with 42.9 seconds to play in the first half of this game.
Willis up to 13. He's a point shy now for his career high. Friedel drops it in low. Horton finishes.
Great assist by Friedel. Great vision. Nice cut to the basket on the backside there by Horton, and Horton putting together quite a game as well. Has 15 points. He's 5 of 6 from the floor, including 4 of 5 from beyond the arc.
And he's had a really clean night. 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Does have a couple of fouls and a couple of turnovers, but he has been positive off the James Madison bench once again today. Offensive rebound, and that will roll around and tumble in for Gallion.
This team's second in the conference in offensive reboundings, offensive rebound, and averaging almost 15 a ball game. They've been hitting the glass against the Dukes in this contest today.
Carey tries his luck at a 3, and it is good. That's his first as a Duke. No, I'm sorry. That's his third. Beg your pardon.
Yes.
I was down 1 far on my little spotting chart here.
And that is now 13 threes made in 30 attempts for a team that started the game 0 for 11 from deep. And would you guess that the Dukes would have 13 3-pointers and Noah Friedel doesn't have a 1?
That is the remarkable aspect of it. Here's Carey going to work. Friedel will try to join the triple club. Willis snares the board.
This ULM team looked like they were going to maybe get off the snide, but early in this game, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way.
Horton, unselfish play, gives it up, and Randleman deposits in the vault here at the Atlantic Union Bank Center. 2 more points for James Madison. Down low, fumbling with the basketball. Gallion spins, fade away. Nice looking shot on the fade for Gallion.
Nice recovery. Bolden out on the curl cut, found Gallion open, but he fumbled the pass, but able to recover it and hit that nice little fadeaway.
Since coming from Buffalo, he has appeared in every ULM ball game. And Carey going for another triple.
Dukes now 13 of 32 from 3-point range. They've only taken 17 shots, 2-point shots.
That's a 3 from the right wing. Carey with another rebound.
So we said the Dukes should not stop shooting threes when they were 0 for 11, and
Julian Wooden has popped in 31. Well, I'm sure his old high school coach Billy Pope down at Northside, a good buddy of mine, college mate, will be proud of Julian Wooden tonight as his teammates all around Julian as he's gotten to 31. 77-51. JMU well in control, looking at win number 16 just down the road.
Nestled in the heart of the Shenandoah Valley, Cross Keys Vineyards is all about experiences, the unique spaces, the exquisite views, the delicious bistro creations, and of course the award-winning wine, all combined to create experiences you will never forget with those you love most. And when you bring home a bottle of wine from Cross Keys Vineyards, you bring part of that experience home with you. Come experience all that Cross Keys Vineyards has to offer you. Reservations available online at crosskeysvineyards.com.
At Dick Myers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we service all makes and models, so no matter what you drive, we've got you covered. We're only a mile from JMU, and we know your schedule is busy, so when you drop off your car, our shuttle service will get you to where you need to be and pick you up when your car is ready. Stop by or call today to schedule your next appointment at Dick Myers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, locally owned and operated, where customers send their friends.
Say goodbye to slow download speeds and broken internet connections. Get the internet you deserve with Glo Fiber, a proud supporter of the JMU Dukes. Every day, Glo Fiber connects families, friends, and neighbors to what matters most, each other. It's our passion. Powered by 100% Glow Fiber is state-of-the-art internet that makes everything simple. More stream-friendly, more dependable. Let your internet service be a bright spot in your day. Check us out at glowfiber.com to learn more.
Are you new to the area, hoping to make Harrisonburg or Rockingham County home for the first time? Or are you a longtime resident looking to move or find a more suitable rental home? Look no further. Let Reiner Rentals help make the search for your dream home simple and enjoyable. Whether you're looking for a single-family home, townhouse, duplex, condo, or downtown loft, let us help you find the perfect home with personalized service and local area knowledge. Because at Reiner Rentals, it's not just a rental, it's home.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Atlantic Union Bank Center, where Mr. Julian Wooden has dropped in 7 3-pointers today. The record is 9, which was shared by a number of Dukes. Matt Lewis, one of the most recent to do that. Darren McClinton, another, who has popped in 9 in a ball game. So still some time to do it, possibly.
And we see this last shot by Wooden. Makes him 7 of 11 from 3-point range. And right after that, Raekwon Horton was called for a technical foul for taunting. I think celebrating his teammate's accomplishment, perhaps turned in the direction of a Warhawk player. And so a technical foul has been assessed on Horton. It is his 3rd personal foul as well, and means that Willis goes to the line, made 1 out of 2 technical free throws.
So Willis up to 15 points, so he establishes a career high.
But there was some confusion as we went to break there, because both coaches weren't sure. Nobody had called a timeout, and they didn't understand why the game was stopping at that point, but it was because the technical foul had been called. 31 points for Wooden is the most that Duke has scored this year.
Popped into the right corner, and he stepped out of bounds. The player in the ball game, Kelton Williams, a freshman from Midlothian, Texas, Midlothian High School, makes his 6th appearance for the Warhawks. Scored over 1,500 points during his career with Midlothian.
Had 6 points and a rebound against a non-D1 opponent back on December the 5th.
Played 118 games as a Scholastic athlete as Noah Friedel rolls in a layup. And that's 79 points, which excites the home crowd because they get free chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A.
After the way this ball game started, it's hard to remember that at one point ULM led this game 22-12.
That was with 8:21 to go in the first half, and then the Duke scored 28 points during the final 8:21, and that's what actually total points ULM ended up with at the end of one. And a foul on the backdoor cut is called against Gallion. That's his 2nd.
A great feed by Brown to Edwards, and Edwards, who's been quiet here in the second half, hasn't scored in the half. 13 points was his total in the first half.
Well, he's turned it over to Mr. Wooden. Let him do all the scoring here.
And Mr. Horton, who's had a game as well. Horton with 15 points. And the Dukes as a team shooting 64% here in the second half, 55% for the ball game. Remember when the Dukes were, what, at one point, like 3 for 15 from the floor?
And that's 1,100 career points for Terrence Edwards. Thank Jeremy Lapidus, our courtside statistician here, keeping us up to date on such milestones. Left corner, Edwards pulls down the board. Off to Brown. Brown will penetrate, kicks out to Edwards, 3-pointer, knocked down by number 5, give him 16.
15 3-pointers for the Dukes in the game. Not only that, 15 of their last 23. 3-point attempts.
Just remarkable. Bumping foul into Brown.
It's going to be Xavier Brown's 4th personal foul. Interesting lineup on the floor right now with Brown at the point and Green really playing the 2-guard spot for the Dukes right at the moment.
Well, that's interesting. Maybe that could help Green to get some shots off today and work his way back in offensively into things.
Could be what Mark Byington's thinking about here. You know, this game is certainly in the bag with 4:22 to play and a 31-point lead. Terrence Edwards coming off to a hand. Duke's getting set to take on a Marshall team that's going to come in
a little snorty.
Yeah, a little bit angry after really being handled by Old Dominion today in the shocker. Probably the shocker of the season thus far in the Sun Belt Conference.
Wouldn't argue that. We had a lane violation as Noah Friedel couldn't quite keep himself on the balance beam.
Yeah, you have to tip your cap to the officiating crew here tonight as well. This game, especially there through that stretch of the first half, had the chance to get really ugly, and they did a nice job of administering the double technical and then also recognizing that a ULM player had come off the bench. And they've kept things under control. We've had a basketball game here in the second half.
Brown tries a 3-pointer. We got a James Madison player down on the floor. Dukes also had brought in Jarrell Roberson, who had the weak side rebound. That's Carey. That's
Jalen Carey went down.
Going to hop up and go to the bench area. Corey Kaplan, the trainer, will certainly take a look at the JMU freshman. Under 4 minutes to go. That brings us to a media timeout. 3:57 to play exactly. JMU has 83. Louisiana Monroe at 54 here in Harrisonburg.
When Allison couldn't find her debit card, she was sure it had grown legs. So she turned it off, then back on again when she retrieved it. Debit card controls. Another reason why the switch is on to Atlantic Union Bank. Now, we're not saying your debit card is your best friend, but it can sure show the world who is. Let others see what really matters by creating your Design Mind debit card. Another reason why the switch is on to Atlantic Union Bank.
Beyond Zero is Toyota's vision to reach beyond carbon neutrality with our products, services, and operations. Today, we empower you to choose how to reduce your own carbon footprint. With an electrified, diversified lineup of hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and battery EVs. Let's drive toward a carbon neutral future together. Toyota, let's go places.
Behind every team is a great community. Door Gorilla is proud to be the official garage door provider for JMU Athletics and proud to support their community. When you need a garage door, call 540-740-DOOR and show your support for JMU this season. Go Dukes!
A career night for Julian Wooden. 31 points on 12 for 17 shooting, 7 from 11 from three-point range. And a couple of minutes ago, he received the curtain call from the Atlantic Union Bank Center faithful. And as he was going to the bench, athletic trainer Corey Kaplan, he felt Julian's fingers. He wanted to see if there was any electricity on those fingers. And then his teammate Raekwon Horton got out of his seat. He grabbed the towel and he started fanning off Julian. And then one of the interesting things that Jude did to celebrate his performance tonight, he grabbed the juice box and he drank some juice.
Cheers.
Well, I'll tell you what, after 55 points and a real struggle against Appalachian State, this game is though it did not start well for the Dukes. They have found their mojo again here at the end of the first half, and certainly here in the second half, and shooting 60% in the second half, 54% for the ball game. Not sure I've ever seen a stat quite like this. The Dukes have a 29-point lead right now, but points in the paint are tied, 24-24. Dukes just haven't taken a whole lot of two-point shots.
It's been a big three-point barrage for the Dukes, 35 outside.
15 made, and after they started 0 for 11 from three-point range.
Stolen away, Friedel. Still taking a look. They're wrapping the knee of Carey on the bench. Give and go, and Friedel will slam it with two hands.
So give and go with the sophomore Jarrell Roberson, who's in there for the Dukes.
Foul on Green. And that is Michael's first foul. He can dunk it too. Ken Friedel.
He's been quiet in terms of shooting the three-point shot, but early in the ball game had several steals, some important rebounds.
Well, it was his night last Thursday night. It's Wooden's night here this evening. Also in the lineup for the Dukes, Shane Fedden. Again, the Dukes have a second game. You know, these weekends, these Thursdays, Saturdays. So if you get in a situation like this, it's for your team, if you have the advantage of such a large lead, to rest some legs as best you can for the upcoming ball game in about 48 hours.
Yeah, unfortunately for ULM, that's not an option for them, and they now have to face a revitalized Old Dominion team on Saturday down in Norfolk as they continue their two-game swing on this end, the northeastern end of the Sun Belt Conference.
Roberson will go to the free throw line for JMU, where he is 4 out of 8 this season. Dukes 10 out of 14 after the miss, so shooting at 77% before that one. And he goes 1 out of 2. He is in the scoring column. Played 11 games for the Dukes last year. This is game number 9 for Roberson. Out of Upper Marlboro, Maryland, DeMatha Catholic. David, you and I have seen a few games up at Upper Marlboro in the past.
Yeah, as a matter of fact. Conference that shall not be named used to hold its women's basketball tournament there.
Oh, in and out for Green. That would have been nice to see it go down for him. Also in the lineup now for the Dukes, Jarrell Pope. Pope wearing number 20.
Gallion called a timeout, I think. They're trying to preserve the possession. Keith Richard gathering his troops together and trying to see if he can salvage a little bit out of this one to get ready for Saturday. But this would be loss number 9 in a row, and a team that perhaps saw its season in microcosm here this evening at the Atlantic Union Bank Center. Started off shooting the ball well, over 50%, built a 10-point lead at 16-6, held it at 22-12. Saw the Dukes make a run and lost, as the coach said to Corey at halftime, lost their composure. And that was with 3.5 minutes to play. A couple of free throws by Terrence Edwards gave the Dukes their first lead of the ball game at 25-24. It was then that Tyreek LaCour picked up his third foul on an offensive charge drawn by Xavier Brown. Dukes came down the floor, and a lob by Edwards to Wooden extended the Dukes lead. A few moments later, Wooden on a breakaway down the floor, got tied up with LaCour. Double technicals called, and then moments later, the point guard and leading scorer for this ULM team picked up his 5th personal foul in the first half of the ball game. And the Dukes, who had trailed by 10, and the ULM Warhawks, who had seen themselves up by 10, found themselves down by a dozen at halftime, and it just kind of felt like the verdict was in at that point. And the Dukes certainly hitting the threes in the second half. Made no doubt of it very quickly.
You mentioned LaCour fouling out in the first half, but remember from the start of the ball game, we learned just a few moments before we tipped off here that Metsarishvili was not available tonight with an injury last Thursday. So that has impacted tonight's ball game as well. Holman Smith on the court for the Dukes. Number 21 working the baseline. Back out it goes. Here's Green off the top of the key. Still looking to get one in. Holman on the defense for the Dukes. And a foul as Smith is caught with reaching in a bit there. 2 shots coming up for the Warhawks. This is only the second all-time meeting between these programs. Last year the Dukes won on January the 28th. You may remember Mezzi Offram. He had 15 points. Tock Molson 14 rebounds. Edwards had 12 points in that ball game for JMU a year ago.
That was a tough ball game for the Dukes. It was physical, low-scoring contest. Dukes opened it up in the last 4 minutes of the game for that win. Keith Richard was in hopes of the same kind of tempo of ball game here today, and we might have seen it there for the first 10 minutes, but not afterwards.
And tough to the rim goes Watson. He held the ball up in one hand, tried to bank it on in. Foul was on Roberson, they say. That's his first.
And they're going to do a review on this one as well. Well, hard to see from that particular angle whether there was anything that shouldn't have been there. It did look like the contact was not necessarily around the basketball and on the arm.
The Dukes right at their season average of 86 points a ball game. They are taking a look at that review. While they're doing that, let me thank John Hartwell, the sports information director for the Warhawks, as we take a look at this.
Yeah, there was an extension of the arm there that I don't think it was intentional.
Seemed like it was just within. It's a foul, no doubt, but it seemed like it was just a basketball play.
I think this crew, with the way that things have proceeded here today and the high emotion that has existed on both sides of the floor, they're just going to call it a 2-shot foul. And I think that's correct. But, you know, it's just using the review there. It gave them an opportunity to send both teams to the benches. A little bit of cooling off time when there could have been some unfriendly feelings. Allows both coaches to calm their groups down. And again, I think this officiating crew has done a nice job in this game here this evening.
Watson up to 9. And Fedden with the rebound for the Dukes. Shane from Woodbridge, Virginia. Also want to thank Francesco Palumbo, the sports information director for men's basketball here at James Madison. Fedden leaves it off, and the three-pointer, knock it down for Jarrell Pope, his first trade.
First one of his JMU career. The Dukes came in averaging 86.8 points, 6th best in the country, and they've topped that.
Watson rattles down the tray. He is in double figures. We get a word that South Alabama may knock off the only undefeated team in the league, Troy, up by 5 late in that ball game, under a minute to go.
I suppose it goes without saying this is going to be a crazy year in
no
the
doubt.
Sun Belt. No, it already is.
That's right, it is.
Pensacola is going to be something.
Smith, high arcing tray. Bench a little disappointed with that. They run the floor to the Warhawks. And the foul, trying to avoid Pope. He's going to get called for the foul. The bucket is good, as Watson playing hard in the waning seconds of this one. We'll talk quickly with Coach Mark Byington at the end of today's ball game. I'm sure Corey will track down a player as well, and I think I know who that might be.
There is a list, but I think it's
pretty short.
Yeah.
Jump ball, possession arrow favors the Warhawks.
ULM on a 14-3 run here over the last 2:21. Something that Keith Richard can highlight with his team as they prepare for Old Dominion on Saturday.
Aiden McKeon also on the court for the Dukes, number 30. Bedden, McKeon, and Dukes will just take the air out of the basketball. JMU back into the win column, improving to 16-2, 4-2 in conference play, 8-1 at home. ULM falls to 4-12, 9 consecutive.